Hello there, this is Lame Old Ben, and here we go with getting the last skill point in mechanics. This is how we do this. And I have one bag I'm going to keep on that has all the things we need, and the rest is going to be dropped on the floor, so it's less weight for when we're carrying other stuff. So anything that you don't need on, for this purpose anyway. Crap, changed where its location was. That wasn't what I meant to do. Drop. You have to unfavorite everything also, otherwise it won't drop. But yeah, unfavorite, drop, and I don't know, might as well keep the duty belt and the commando chest harness. I found a different thing other than the grenadier one, so it's the green pouches rather than the giant cases. But yep, anyway, here we go. We have 3 sets of vehicles, a standard one here, a sport one, and a heavy duty. So let's start with the standard one, just removing parts pretty much. Uninstall, and you can reinstall for getting points both ways, but I'm just gonna move them pretty much to their own spot instead, and we just gather that crap. We can salvage things, it's not as cool though, but yeah. Here, I meant to move that over so we can place item over here, pick it up, and if it doesn't drop, then we have to drop it so it doesn't take away all our health. Yep. It is sometimes a good idea to keep the health tab open so you can see, like, if you're losing too much health and need to take a break. But yeah, there we go with that. Get another thing here. Front right seat now. Uninstall. Come on. And now let's place that item. Ah, crap, need to remove this. There we go, placing that item over here. Oh, we have a friend. Just a second here. Let's get the machete out. Welcome to my chop shop. It used to be the police department. It's going to be your final destination, unfortunately for you. Where are you going? Why'd you go in there? Well, sorry, friend. You might be a potato, but you need to not be here. Hello, would you like some free doom? There you go. All the free doom you can stomach. And let's see, anything good on them? They have a key and a hand fork. Wonderful. Well, going to pick up the corpse and take it away from my police station. Running with invisible corpses. They can go out over here. Let's place it by the metal fence here and drop. It'll despawn in a couple days because I have the settings so that they remove themselves, so it's less annoyance on the memory having to memorize another thing. Although, I mean, I have a whole bunch of this random stuff also displaying as pixels, so I don't know. Those don't despawn, but they're also more useful. Like, if you get hungry, you can have a 5-hour energy drink, like pretty much everyone in every sweatshop ever, like I've worked at anyway. Well, I mean, I'll drink sodas like NOS all the time then, because it's nice to be awake. Whereas, like, lots of other coworkers would just, like, smoke weed in the parking lot after buying it from the supervisor. So yeah, that's a fun thing then. But yeah, everyone around you not being sober, and you're trying to make sure you don't get into any accidents there. So it's like, all these heavy machinery things. Lovely. Anyway, place item over here. Like, some of the things are super scary. It's like, here we go. And it didn't drop because we have too much there, so we have to drop it manually. There we go. And H, so we still have like 90% health. Oh, the joy. Joy, joy, joy. And there's a mosquito buzzing me. Wonderful. It's that time of year. Time to buy lots of DEET. Wonderful, wonderful joy. Winter's my favorite season. If for nothing else, because there's a lack of bugs. Also, I like dressing up for the weather, whereas it's way easier to do that for winter instead of summer, because summertime you have the options of air conditioning or overheating. Dang it, why am I... Alright, let's get back to this glove box. We don't need to repair that. Uninstall the radio. And dismantle radio. And I'm going to place the scrap electronics over here. So right here on the floor where it's next to the generator. Electric wire over here. I forget where I was placing radio receivers. I think somewhere over here. Yep. There we go for those. Oh, more friends. Wonderful. Let's just use the pistol at range here then and not bother. They're like, we hear someone, let's bother them. But yeah, good to have a fence here. It's very offensive to them, I'm sure. Like, how dare you not be crunchy enough? Or something, who knows. Either way, I don't know what good aluminum is. I'm going to place it over here, though. I'm sure there's a craft for everything and everything for a craft, but right now we don't have mac and cheese, unfortunately. So, there's this. Trying to make discrete piles of things. So, like, it's easy enough to find everything, more or less. Let's see, still mostly healthy, mostly. Oh, the joy of working on vehicles in a wasteland, a doom. And there goes the airbag there. Gonna place it with the other airbags of doom. Hopefully not getting doomed by the zombies while we do all this crap. Where'd it go? Did it not? Oh, there it is, yep. Alright, and drop. So now there's another Sophopia there. Alrighty then. It is faster if you just uninstall, reinstall, uninstall, reinstall, uninstall, reinstall. But I want to make it so that I have all these piles of things so that, I don't know, they could be useful in some way later. Like seeing where you have junk so that you can pick through it and use the best stuff. Something like that anyway. Oh well. Here we go. Next item, whatever it is. Gas tank we can't do anything about. Battery. Uninstalling battery. Now we have a battery to place over with the rest of the batteries here. Hopefully no friends in the window. Because that would be like, I need to put metal bars on the window maybe. Probably should also put a gate somewhere, so that would be less annoying later as well. But that's why I also leveled up the metalworking skill by melting down all the vehicles along the road. So take engine parts requires a wrench. I have a wrench on me. It's just not in my main inventory. So this is a bug. And now I have the wrench in my main inventory and it'll let me take the engine parts. I've heard it's supposed to be bad if the overall condition is less than 10%, like risk of injury or something like that, so gotta watch that as well, I guess. I've only heard it once on one video about it. I haven't had it happen to me. I don't want it to happen to me in the game or otherwise. So, yeah, best to be careful, you know? But whatever though. No. Let's see, let's do a check to see if we have any friends along the way here again. We have those no longer animated corpses, just taking a dirt nap. Was that a friend over here? I thought I saw something. It just might have been a will-o'-the-wisp. Sometimes eyes play tricks with you even in video games. Because you sort of do a pareidolia thing in rapid succession. Yeah, my word. IRL freaking bloodsuckers will not stop. I don't like having to wear carcinogens to have peace from freaking bugs, but good grief though. you have to do what you have to do, and hopefully not get skin cancer from it, or whatever else it would cause. I don't want to find out, but I also don't want whatever the bugs are carrying either, so there's that. So yeah, not repairing the muffler, removing the muffler. Here we go. Onward to this joy. Oh crap, did I cancel? Nope, it is still doing that. Alright, so place item over here by the other mufflers. Come on. There we go. There we go again. Alright, one less muffler in a vehicle, one more on the ground with the other mufflers of doom. Well, anyway, a heater we can't do anything with, so now the front left tire, gonna get that out of the way now. We have the jack and lug wrench in the inventory. Actually, in the trauma bag it was, and it transferred to main inventory, unlike the wrench. So I don't get why the wrench is particularly annoying like that, but it is. So there's one wheel down, and drop. Will it? Yep, it did now. Sometimes it won't. So H for the health tab, still have about 80% health about. I am very good with making planisms, right? Redundancy in speech of doom. Because I don't know what else to say sometimes. But, I don't know. It's sort of a way, if you use redundant speech patterns, it does allow for, I don't know, more certainty of translation, I guess, if you want to think of it like that. Rather than, if you use a singular word for a thing, it might be more efficient, per se, but it's also going to have more probability of amphibly and eisegetical decryption. But whatever, though. Alright, another performance standard type tire thing here, whatever, drop, plop, there we go. One less tire, and one more to go, right? There we go. Uninstall. And let's see here, skills, we're almost there. And I read the 5th book in the series, so that's acting as a skill multiplier. And I need to pay attention to what I'm doing so I don't lose all my health, but I wanted to show that just because I wanted to. So now there's no more tires on that standard vehicle. Alrighty then, and let's keep dismantling it. Front left brake, uninstall. Here we go. Another thing going away. Where was I putting those? I think over here. Yep. On the proximity inventory, you can see the other brakes are there. So plop. There we go with that. Out of my inventory and onto the floors. Ground. It's large and round. Oh no, not again. Anyway. And another one goes. Let's see how many we can get before we go crunchy. We're not getting the heart thing going back and forth at the moment, so let's get all 3 if we can. Even though in main inventory it takes up, there we go, it's doing that heart thing for a moment. Hopefully it won't be like that song, Pop Goes My Heart. That would be not so fun. Alright, so somewhere walking into the heavy duty vehicle of doom. Alright, and plop. I meant to drop these. There we go. There we go. One less set of stuff on there. And let's get the suspensions removed. Alright. Uninstall. Thought I saw something off to the corner there. Gotta keep an eye out on that. It would stink if they got in here. It's sort of a circuitous pass. It's, you know, it's like a maze. So these are dumb zombies, dumb, slow, Walking Dead style zombies, which is the kind I think makes the most sense. Even if it's like an alien super virus or whatever like that, you're still gonna be having kind of potato creatures that are mostly hazardous by being biohazards. Even though their anger and hunger is gonna play its role, of course, it's still like they're not gonna be superhuman, regardless of however annoying they are. And it decided to slow down. Wonderful. Let's see how the health is doing. Yeah, about 75% or so. Wonderful. But we're through the heavy parts there anyway. Well, no, that's not entirely accurate. There's still the trunk and trunk lid. Let's uninstall that now. Come on. Get the trunk lid. And let's bring it over here to the other trunk lids. Drop. And it went too close to there. Oh well. Come on. Grab trunk lid, standard. Get that away from the other things. And let's place it a little further away so it's less disorganized. I need to find a better place for it, of course, but it's like, eh. Oh well. There we go. Come on. And now the hood. Removing the hood. And let's place that on the other ones. Plop. And let's see here. Alright, so windshield 83%. Doesn't really matter. Unless we're going to repair it or use it otherwise, but I'm just going to... Well, I might use it later. I don't know. Probably not, but it's a definite maybe if there's some craft that requires it or something. Ah, well, there's some type of glitch here. I don't know what that's about, but oh well. It can stay like that for all it matters, as long as it hopefully doesn't interfere with recording. I know there's a frame rate glitch anytime I move the mouse, and I'm sorry about that. I wish I could change it. It would be nice. If I ever get a proper gaming computer, rather than just a laptop that's slightly better than my desktop that was a refurbished workstation and sort of barely functions, and after Windows 10 is done, I'm going to try to put Linux on it, well, Ubuntu, whatever it is, one of the Linux things anyway. And then I'll see about finding games that work on Linux. If I maybe see like Good Old Games probably has some. Yeah, I might have some already. I don't know though. I'll have to go through them and see if any of them work, or if I'll have to buy new ones and figure out how to get them to work on a Linux thing. Because that'll be a joyful learning curve, I'm sure. But life goes like that some days. It is joyful. So joyful. Alright, and we're not getting too over encumbered, so let's remove all these at once if I can. Come on, remove them. We're at overall condition 22%, and this will over encumber us, won't it? Oh well. It's only a couple of things to drop. There we go. Oh, we're not over encumbered yet. Alright, front left door will certainly do it though. That, you can only take one of those at a time, pretty much. So, alright. Both of those, yeet. And we're not going to need the jack and lug wrench at the moment, so unfavorite, unfavorite, shift, no, not shift that far. Drop. The doors are heavier. So let's get the doors now. Come on. Alright, front left door, uninstall. There we go. And there it is. Yay, we got mechanics level 10. Alright, that was pretty much my goal here. So I'm gonna stop for now. All this extra work would just be extra work, so let's get the gear back on. Because, yeah, we're done now for getting all 10 skill points in mechanics. But that's the general premise, is you have to do like once a day each type of vehicle. Otherwise it won't count if you try to do more than once per day. And you can uninstall and reinstall, and that doubles it up pretty much, but I'd rather just break things down for the heck of it. And yeah, I don't know. And while we're getting things done, I'm gonna put back on the gas mask, get that Darth Vader sound going, and the helmet here that has a bit better stats for bites and defense otherwise. So now here with the Nomad backpack and all the other crap. So yep, particularly this is the gear that I have. It's Nomad backpack, trauma bag for the lower back thing there, police duty belt that's difficult to see, but it's like a Batman belt. Not the green one there. The green one here is the Black Hawk Commando chest harness, so that's a little bit different. It should be higher up, but yeah, it's about the same place as the police duty belt apparently. The SWAT leg pouch, I have a silencer that I need to figure out how to attach that. Like I have different mods for the entropy devices, so it's all kind of janky as to what works with what. But anyway, oh, and it's good to use the skill recovery journal. So Ben's recovery journal of doom. I have to write in that, and now we have that saved just in case my character goes doomly and I need to find my old one and get on with the joy of rebuilding everything again. So yep, let's drink a NOS, my favorite energy drink. It's citrusy and it has guarana, although most of them have guarana. It tastes the least bad to me anyway. So now we're done for the skill gathering anyway. And this chop shop zone at the police department here in Rosewood of Zombieland, it's Project Zomboid. Not technically Zombieland, but it's pretty much Zombieland. Is going to be useful for other things later, like not just chopping up vehicles, but putting them back together a little better. For now, it's time to go onward to the rest of where my other vehicles are. Gotta remember to use cruise control, because it is a pain to try to drive a sport vehicle by just pressing WASD. And yeah, my computer is extra slow though. But here's my vehicles. I've gathered a whole ton of them, and it would be nice if it showed a little bit faster, but we probably have some zombies on the way or somewhere around here, or it's just a difficulty of showing everything at once, something like that. But anyway, game over, man, game over. I'm gonna call it a day for now. Take care, everyone, and try to not go crazy.